Good morning, sir. I'm Jamaila Busloy Tayabas, and I would like to share to you my opinion or idea about the rice tarrification law. Public Act number 11203, otherwise known as the Rice Tarrification Law, in February 2019. After more than 4 decades of battle to reform the rice sector, the RTL ended NFA's monopoly, removed quantitative restrictions on rice imports, and replaced them with a 35% import tariff. This allowed an influx of cheap rice from abroad, which reduced and stabilized rice prices for consumers. The Philippine rice sector has always been the center of government agricultural policies. The focal points of the policies revolve around promoting food self-sufficiency, providing high income to rice farmers while making prices affordable to the consuming public. Number 2. Republic Act number 11203, better known as the Rice Tarrification Law or RTL, is now 1 year old. The purpose of the RTL is fully reflected in its title, an act liberalizing the importation, exportation, and trading of rice, lifting for the purpose the quantitative import restriction on rice and for other purpose. Farmer leaders simply call as Law of the Rice Trade Liberalization Law, for the law allows any private rice importer, distributor to import any volume of rice. The enactment of the RTL was bitterly opposed by all farmers' organizations and some officials of the Department of Agriculture. Their main criticism: the rice tarrification law gives up the power of the government to protect the rice industry, especially the small rice farmers, numbering 2.5 million. One major concern about the new law was its potential impact on domestic rice farmers. Even when the 35% tariff, imported rice would lower domestic prices and hurt farm income. More importantly, it was estimated that the RTL 2025 would reduce the proportion of malnourished children and population of risk of hunger in the country by 2.8% and 15.4% respectively. This is equivalent to around 2.1 million less people at risk of hunger and malnutrition. These include the Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund or RCEF, with a guaranteed budget of 10 billion pesos per year for 6 years, or a total of 60 billion pesos, and the implementation of the Rice Roadmap of the Department of Agriculture. The RCEF also provides support for capacity building for rice farmers to enable them to modernize and innovate. The rice tarrification law benefits all Filipinos. At the same time, it enhances productivity and overall competitiveness of our country's rice section. When the government began its campaign to reform the rice sector, the goal was to improve food security for all, to give rice farmers better support. Rice is a highly commodity because it is the country's main staple. It has always been the center of government agricultural policies. The focal points of the policies revolve around promoting food self-sufficiency, provided high income to rice farmers while making prices affordable to consuming public. President Rodrigo Duterte signed into law the Rice Tarrification Bill, which was the rice tarrification imposed recently on March 5, 2019. The law was prompted because of the surging inflation of rice price during the last quarter of 2018 after the rice stocks of NFE ran out. Further rounding to Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA data, rice was the number one contributor to inflation in September 2018, while food items in the consumption basket accounted for more than half of the inflation rate in the same month. Consumers bought regular milled rice at an average price of 37.89 kilogram and well-milled rice at Philippine peso 41.93 kilogram.